Yes, yes, tell them precisely. Great way is the gateway while the sunshine we make. We never stop. We keep going and going like that energizer bunny. We go hard for once. And we not do nothing funny. Blessings and respect, fans all across the world. Thanks for joining in to the TDP show. It's yours truly, Amaziyah the Great, and you should know. We have some amazing people for you to tune into. We have Mr. Orange Live, we have Samannie, we have Ras Atiba, and we have Dawitt St. Aubin. And yeah, there are some good poets that I need you to do support and, you know, appreciate to the fullest. We should support the talents, we should support the poets, we should support, the artists, support the players of instruments, support. It's very important. The other day, the other day, someone asked me, why is it so important to share? Sharing is very important because sometimes, you might can't be able to purchase a book or purchase CD. Well, CD is obsolete now, but you know what I'm talking about, MP3. Some of us have albums, some of us has single, and you might can't be able to purchase, but it is very important to share. Sharing is caring, and sharing is highly, highly um, recommended. So far, we have Dawitt St. Aubin. We would start off with Dawitt St. Aubin, but before I kick off the segment, let me quickly remind our people what we are tuning to. It's the TDP show, and remember, I tell you, my friends, we have an amazing lineup.
They say it's a free world, free speech. Fear not. If you've got your story to share, there's a global audience anticipating to hear. Be bold, be truthful, tell them precisely. Join us on youtube.com, Great Amaziyah, for the TDP show, Sundays at 5 p.m. And this is not about just interviewing artists only, but we want to interview everybody. Players of instruments, comedians, poets, actors, actresses, dancers, people with talents who now get fair share. And remember, it's all about honesty, the truth about your opinion. We want the world to know. Amaziyah the Great, tell them precisely.
Dawitt St. Aubin, maximum respect. Let me welcome to our stage, my friends, a man on the mission.
You,
Dawitt St. Aubin,
yeah,
Yel Manuel,
yes, I, yes, I,
Rastafari.
yes, I try to find a portion I can see more clearer.
All right, in the meantime, you want to go and find it, or are you ready?
Basically ready. Just give me a minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Thanks,
So Dawitt is still setting up, my friends. So we're just going to give him a few to be back on cam. So in the meantime, maximum respect. You ready, Dawitt?
Yeah, basically.
So
Yeah, man.
Kentucky Poetry is in the building already. She's saying, greetings to you, Dawitt. Welcome to the TDP show once more. I was just telling the people it is a very important, thing to support.
Yeah. Yes, I. Yeah. So we are going otherwise, Amaziyah.
Yeah, we there still, and we are going to hold it as me step on the platform. We be, reaching out to all types of people all over the world. I know you recently, just came off your Kenya tour with Richie Spice, I think. But
Yeah.
before I reach right this up, we want to let you tell the world, who Dawitt said Aubin is. I know it was King David at some point, and there was a vibe that you have to, transition from that to where you are now. But where are you from, and where are you now?
Well, originally I was born in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, and I currently reside in Time and Patience, Linstead, St. Catherine. You know what I mean? But originally I was born in St. Elizabeth, but I grew up in this community called Fraser's Content, aka Red Pond in Spanish Town, and I know that's where you actually grew up also, right?
Definitely. Further Lane to
Right,
Fraser's Content. Live the tell me
right.
grow
St.
big.
John's Road, all these places, yeah. So, yeah, my name is Dave St. Aubin Johnson, better known today as Dawitt St. Aubin, the psalmist of reggae. Yeah, and I'm here on the ground in Jamaica for the last 23 years, doing my, my vision, my mission, my inspiration musically, you know what I mean? So, from then till now, we just continue to do this, no matter the storm, the trial, the tribulation, the stab in the back, or setback. With us, all the faith and whatever come with us, trust in the Almighty and move forward because we doesn't travel on easy road. We we never born on easy streets, so our life is a life of hardship and toil, but we love it and we moving forward triumphantly.
Maximum respect. Antonio Valeri is saying, big up yourself, Dawitt. Let me put her comment
Yeah,
on screen.
yeah,
Yeah,
enough respect.
I just had her
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago and she was, phenomenal.
Yes,
So
great.
Dawitt, as I mentioned that, yeah, I I do know that there was a time where you and a lot of how the journey began, I should ask, as it relates to
Mhm.
you venturing off to poetry and music.
I mean, this happened during the summer of 1990 out in Hartford, Connecticut, USA. You know, I left my gates for a walk one evening during the summer and I, reconnected to the music vibration. And from then until now, I never quit. You know what I mean? So, I discover the art of chanting the scriptures to the music one day, and from then I continue to work on it so it will be palatable and acceptable to the people who we bring it across to. You know what I mean? And it's not an easy road.
So I know you be doing music, you'll be doing poetry, you'll be doing chanting. What
Yeah.
first, grabbed your attention? What you started off with?
Well, I started out singing as a young man, back in Fraser's Content. My first attempt towards music. I love it like that, and so I started out singing. And then the moment years later, the moment I discovered the art of chanting the scriptures to the rhythm, from then I just continued that way to make it palatable for the people, you know what I mean? So, 'cause I found out I was doing something kind of rare, not in the sense as if I'm not the one who started it, because, I mean, there are a lot of psalmists in the music: Bonnie Wailer, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown, Garner Sid, Luciana, Muta Baruka. All these people record the scriptures in some way, shape, or form. But today I stand as the most biblical, you know what I mean? And this is, you know, for the people. It is nothing of me. I'm just a servant, an instrument in the hand of the Almighty. So I'm doing this, on behalf of our beloved people, towards upliftment, towards progress, towards education, towards spirituality, towards community development, towards the oncoming generation, towards our culture, towards our country, and for our people.
Thank you so
Yes,
very
I.
much for that. Thank you so
Give
very
thanks.
much for that, David. Max Swanet from Platts, she's saying, looking forward to an outstanding show. Like always, Max Swanet is saying big ups to you. Julia is saying hi, all the way.
Give thanks.
Verona is saying hello. So big respect to all the persons who are tuned in to the TDP show. We are here with Dawitt St. Aubin, recently coming off his tour from Kenya, and we have him here live in our presence, the vibe, and he will, give you people, a vibe of what he has been doing. I've personally known him for many, many years, I should say decades, because, from when I
Yes,
was a
yes, yes, yes.
child,
Yes, yes, yes.
running around in Fraser's content, still a
Yes.
teenager. I remember before I even started off doing music or poetry, Dawitt was the man I've known before knowing him. So he was overseas at the time. And this man here really inspired me, people, because what I admired then as a youth was he was playing some songs on the radio, I think, and he had many songs for all of the upcoming acts back in our community. And this man you see right here, Dawitt St. Aubin, was the man playing on a radio station overseas and highlighting the talents. And this is why I am here today, trying to highlight more talents to our wider world as we get engaged with digital platforms. So, Dawitt, thanks for the inspiration. I see you on your journey, and I know you've been doing tremendous things. I really appreciate that.
Yes, yes. Yes, as you outlined, while living in Hartford, Connecticut, and in as I told us, where I kick off my musical mission, then so we had the connection to the radio stations in the area, because most of the high schools and colleges have their radio station, and it's a community service. So we fuse ourselves in, and when I was accepted, and they want to know where I'm from also. That's one question I have to answer, where in Jamaica I was from. So I told them, and they want to know if there was other artists or entertainers living in my community. And I told them people like Charlie Chaplin, Amaziyah, Alpha Rowan, Roger Flames, Junior Kelly, Skeng Dan, and others. And I will gather all these records and bring them to Connecticut and feature them on the radio station there. And at the same time also, those who were living in Hartford that were making records, I would gather these people records also and feature them on the programs, not to look out for myself alone, but to do this, to strengthen others.
And that what you did, Dawitt, it really sprang off tremendously, because like I said, I was a youth running around wild, and stuff that you did then, I personally paid attention, and that is why we have like the TDP show. That is why we have Star Fame. That is why we have an Antonia Valier, we have a Max Swanet, all these people, Verona,
Yes.
Lori from Pawtucket. You never met her before, but she's here also.
Greetings.
We are that same type of people that look out, and I got to say, even so to OrangeLive, another guest that should be here. We have platforms where we don't just look out for ourselves. We push people out, and that's the aim, that's the intention, because one man alone can't manage. So we have to just each one help one.
Yes, sir. That's our motto, and that's what we believe. Because
Precisely.
It's written that iron sharpeth iron, and so is the man that sharpeneth the countenance of his brethren and sistrins. So we love to assist, You know what I mean? And we love to see others strive and grow and you know, move on to greatness. You know, it gives us that sense of purpose. We love it, and we will continue to do this to the best of our ability until such time.
Precisely. You know, great way is the gateway. We never stray. And the greatness is all the way. But please hold for a minute now. Let me run to a quick break. Part of the poetry wanting you to do a quick chanting, but we just survive for a minute. Part of the
Yes, yeah,
poetry. We will get there,
that's
and
what happens.
definitely, definitely that's part of the whole plan. But please hold
Yes,
for
sir.
a minute.
What's domestic
Yes,
violence?
I can answer that, Kasai. Domestic violence is hurting or someone that that loved you or any kind of way.
Domestic violence is also about hurting somebody for no reason.
Her relationship wasn't smooth sailing, so she told him goodbye. He yelled, "Hey, if you ever leave, damn, you're gonna die. I'm the one who make you and I'll break you. Go on if you wanna try."
Hey guys! Welcome back to
Kids,
Support Kids
today we're going to be doing a reaction video
on My Name is Pam.
by Amaziyah the Great.
Thank you, Amaziyah the Great, for this video. Before we get started, don't forget to
Like,
subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see us upload our new videos and go live.
Yes, tell them precisely. Welcome back to our show, TDP. I'm here with Dawitt St. Aubin, biblical chanter, reggae chanter, international poet. Dawitt St. Aubin.
Yes,
You
sir.
doing poetry in Jamaica and around the world. What can you relate the vibe you get performing chanting in your own country versus one you are overseas?
Well,
You get the same
honestly,
appreciation, the same love, the same vibe.
yes, honestly, you
It's
know,
nice.
here in Jamaica, the people gave I tremendous support, island-wide. To know, I'm out. I relocated in Jamaica in year 2000, and from then I'm on stage always. From February 2012 to February 2002 to February 2012. That's 10 years. And I made appearance on over 300 events island-wide. And from then, I'm on stage, just, being a biblical chanter, not from the church or any institution. Just I'm a regular ghetto youth that got this inspiration, and then bring it to our people musically. At first, some kind of didn't understand, some didn't like it, but when I work on it, get it sweet, get it mellow, get it steady, they accept it and gave me great strength. You know what I mean? I could tell you some things that happened on stage and in shows here in Jamaica, man, you'll be marveled. You know what I mean? Over the years. So here in Jamaica, I must say, honestly, the people is giving me a great support. Overseas, where I used to live in Hartford, Connecticut, I was a #1 there over the years because I've been working, this energy with the people musically. And when I went to Africa, over in Kenya, we did an event in a place called Nanuki, that's, outside of the capital. And we did one in the capital, Nairobi. And we did one, this one was in a place called Kisumu, and that is the people, tens of thousands of people, and they were marveled. They gave me tremendous support, because one of the things they are saying is the first time they have seen an artist stand on stage in front of them and chant or quoted at least 7 to 8 chapters of Psalms. So they were asking if I am a Christian, if I am a prophet, if I am a Rastaman, what am I? Because it was so touching prophetically.
Precisely.
Yes.
Really appreciate the fact that you branch off, and go all the way in Africa to, bring forth the chanting and the poetry. So
Yeah.
while we are here, and as I recall, someone say they want to hear you chant Are you ready to, entertain our
Yes.
fans with
Yeah, let me
whatever you
bless
got for
the
them?
house. Yeah, let me bless the house with this psalm. This psalm was taught to me in a vision by our ancestors, the ancient biblical forerunners. Psalm 113, it says, Praise ye the Lord. Praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord thy God, from this time forth, even and forevermore. From the rising of the sun unto the going of the same, the Lord thy God name is to be praised. He is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in earth? He raised the poor out of the dust, lift the needy from the dunghill, and set us amongst princes, even with the princes of his people. He makes the barren woman to keep house, and to be joyful mother of children. Praise ye the Lord. Selah.
Greatness.
That is Psalm 113. Yes, I give thanks. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes. You can. The fans are here watching. You can continue, because we know you have
Yes,
a lot.
yes. I like, like, we have this one that is happening right now. It is on my upcoming EP called, the EP is called Take Me As I Am, and this one of a single called Set Them Free. So it goes like this. Free up the youths them out of bondage. Free them from the blasphemy and the sacrilege. Eh? Free up the youths them from the captivity. Free them from the poverty and the slavery. Free up the youths them from the shackles and chains. Free up the ones with them up on cocaine. Free up the youths with them drive insane. Free them from the burden. Free them from the strain we sing. Set them free. Jaja hear my plea. Set them free. Lord, hear my plea. You go so then, free up the youths them who illiterate. Free up the youths them from the cigarette. Free up the ones where they mark for death. Free them from the traps and the snares where you said, hey, free up the youths them from the one bag of lie. Free up the youths from Uncle Samfi. Free up the youths them from the drive-by. Free them from the CIA and FBI we sing. Set them free. Jaja hear my plea. Set them free. Jaja hear my plea. Because so then free up the youths in South Africa. A long time uno of them suffer. Free up the youths them in Kenya. Free them from the AIDS and corona. Free up the youths them up at Ethiopia. Teach them about Selassie, the true emperor. Free up the youths them in Jamaica. Every day 3 or 4 get murder we sing. Set them free. Jaja hear my plea. Set them free. Yeah, man. That one is called
Free
Set
up,
Them Free.
free up, free up.
Yes, and it is getting quite a good amount of airplay from Trinidad, Kenya, Nigeria, London, North Carolina, Georgia, and these places. And IRFM is giving it a strength also. Roots FM is giving it a strength in Jamaica. And, we have a few online stations giving this song a strength. So it is going well. And whenever I perform this song here in Jamaica for the people, it is a hit among them thus far. So I'm so thankful. So I'm looking forward for greatness.
Yes, yes. And we really love the mission you're on. Positive Vibrations Radio says blessings. What a beautiful mission. Trinity Bliss Matthew says. Plots Creative Magazine saying, Brother Dawitt, you are a prime foundation motivator. He's always supporting other creatives. I love it. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes, I mean, it is written, once a man decided upon his life work for which he is best equipped and endowed, is filling a vital need. What that man or woman needs is faith and integrity coupled with a courageous spirit, and they will no longer prefer their self, but the work that they had to do in the name of our Lord and Savior and behalf of our beloved people. A true leader is one who realizes by faith that he's an instrument in the hands of God. And he is of the nobler sentiments. He will teach, correct, aid, and assist. And those who we dwell among will cooperate with us for the good and welfare of the group or family. Give thanks.
Blessings and respect. Dawitt, we are so happy to have you here. You had quite a hit some years ago, a song called Hello Jamaica. We used to see you on a lot of different performances. What become of that song?
Well, honestly,
So that song,
you know, first I must say that song was done by me, Dawitt, and my daughter Aina, and she recorded that song with me when she was 8 years old, and we made a video for it also. And it was popular in Jamaica during, you know, we did that song 2004. And it was an underground hit. We never got to release it because up to this very day, it is still not released. But the song went out on the underground, and it was playing on the airlines, it was playing in the cinema, and it was doing good for us. But you know, my daughter was discouraged and and lose her vision musically, and she stepped aside, and so I did have to continue. So these things are still there in the vault, you know what I mean? That song I still hear on the radio every now and then in North Carolina or here in Jamaica or so forth.
Okay. I must say, Dawitt, you know, I appreciate you as a man on the mission, because you never cease, you never stop. You also have a phrase, I think it's Gaza Guzi, or it means the journey continue. And
Guza Gizi.
Guza Gizi. So
yeah, the journey
a lot of times people will see me doing some videos, and they will hear me say the journey continues.
Yes, because people were telling me that people were saying that the struggle continue, but we cannot continue the struggle all the time.
The journey,
but we got to continue the journey to eternity.
Precisely.
Yes,
interesting.
Yes,
Yes. Mr. OrangeLive is also here. I see him in studio, but I'll soon welcome him to center stage. We are here at the moment with Dawitt St. Aubin, vibing and having a good time, you know, as he be chanting. Hold on a second. Dawitt, I'm gonna take this call real quick. Just take them away with another chanting, please.
Go ahead. All right. Yes, greetings and blessings once again. This is Dawitt, you know, and I love to go into the book of Psalm. You know what I mean? And I hope, you know, ones will get an inspiration. And I told you, this book of Psalm was handed over to me by one of the ancient psalmists in a vision some 30 years ago. And from then, I never give it up. So I'll do for you one of my favorite, chapter 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsels of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law we meditate day and night. I and I shall be like trees that planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruits in due season. Our leaves also shall not wither, and whatsoever we do it, we shall prosper. The ungodly are not so. They are like the chaff which the wind drive it away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in this judgment, nor sinners in the congregations of the righteous. For the Most High God knoweth the ways of the righteous, but the ways of the wicked shall perish. And I move on to Psalm 117 that says, Oh, praise the Lord, all nations. Praise him, all ye people. For his merciful kindness is great towards us, and the truth of the Most High God endureth for all generations. We Praise ye the Lord. Selah. And I move on to Psalm 133 that says, how good and pleasant it is for us to dwell together in love and unity. It's like that precious ointment upon the head that run down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments. As a dew of Hermon, and as a dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Most High has commanded his blessings, even our lives forever. Selah. And I will move on. That is 3 chapters Psalms. And I'll move on until Amaziyah join forward. Chapter 24. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he had founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that had clean hands and pure heart would not lift up his soul unto vanity, nor sow deceitfully. For he shall receive the blessings from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Selah. Lift up your head, O ye gates, and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord God strong and mighty, the Lord God mighty in battle. Lift up your head, O ye gates, and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord God of hosts, he is the King of glory. Selah.
Blessings and respect, Dawitt St. Aubin.
So I just a second, I just went into 4 chapters of Psalm. Psalm 1, Psalm 117, Psalm 134, and another Psalm.
Thank you so very much, Dawitt.
Yes.
I do appreciate that. The Jamaica Poet School Tour was something that you, I, Antonio Valier, Malachi, Juliet Fallon Reed, a whole heap of other creatives were on. About 2018, I think that's when it was started. I'm not certain if that was the time or 2017. 2017,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
2017, 2018, one of those times.
Yeah,
We had a phenomenal moment, touring out Jamaica and going to the different schools. And for me, that was quite an experience. That was actually my first school tour. What was it like for you, and how is it going? Because you were among the team last year.
Yes. And we did over 20 at schools, island wide, and I must give thanks for brother Malachi Dermot Smith, the brainchild of this mission, poet and extraordinary businessman, etc., and Juliet Fallon Reed, and all the supporting poets. We as poets see where it was necessary and fitting to get into the schools to inspire the younger generation. To perform more poets for them, to let them see the depths of our writing, our memory in terms of quoting these word sound for them and so forth, and inspire them. And and education is also the key to a nation's progress, and we Africans must bear that in mind. So we were thankful for this mission to go into the schools and the colleges to engage these youths and inspire them. So we'll be doing it again this year. It will be kicking off on the 27th of October until the 9th of November, and we'll be having over some 20 at schools, and we have a entourage of poets, Curtis Myrie, Judith Fallon Reed, Christina, Reed, Antonio Valier, Charlie Bobos, Rastakura, Rashadai, Wise Words, Dusty Gold, Cherry Natural, tons of poets will be, coming in and out, depends on the different areas that we go, but a group of us will be touring together, And I'm looking forward to
about the poetry school tour. Let me, show the world about a little piece that you were performing in one of those schools.
Sure, and I will tell you which one of the schools, yeah. Save me as I am, Lord. Save me as I am. Save me as I am. Save me, O God, by thy name. Judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, and give ear to the words of my mouth. Strangers are risen up against me and oppressors seek for my soul. And they are not set the mighty God. For let us do this together. Come on. I said, so take me. There's something beautiful. Come on. Take me. Without lessons. I said, so take me.
Yes, that was Dawitt St. Aubin on the school tour. Mr. OrangeLive is there waiting. We're gonna, move on to him next.
Yes.
But Dawitt, what school was, well, I know. Tell the
Yeah,
world, our reviewers,
Yes.
what school was
Yes.
that and what year was that? And, I want you to do another piece. I want you to also give some more encouragements to our youth, because the youth, they really need it. And you're gonna do your big ups to whoever you want to big up and give thanks to. You can still stick around. You can voice your opinion on another talent piece when they are performing just the same, and they will. I'll bring up Orange in a minute so he can also give you his view and what he sees so far. So
Give thanks.
you can.
Yes. Yeah, so you say you didn't want to know which school was this, huh? Huh?
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm happy to say to the world that this is my we call it. Yeah, this is the school I went and get my teenage education. You know what I mean? Spanish Town. At the time, it was Spanish Town Secondary during the 1980s. And then it upgraded towards the Spanish Town High School in latter years. So this is our school that we went to, and it was a great privilege and strength for me to go into up my former school and help to bring on a positive vibration to the children. You know what I mean? So it is Spanish Town High School, and this was last year the school tour. You know what I mean? And I just saw the children. Or we engage the children and get them to focus, and they were giving us tremendous support, and we love it. And we gonna do it again, and we would be doing it again and again until we get it right. Because I have a vision for the future as an artist. Being the psalmist, I'm seeing things a little different, hearing things a little different, and I want to do things a little different. And whatever we are doing, I hope it will be an inspiration to others, especially to the younger generations. Because if we don't pass this button on over to them properly, we will be a failure, and they will be struggling twice as hard as us. So it is very important, to do what we are doing in a positive manner and leave tangible, qualitable, foundations for the oncoming generation.
Thank you so very much, Dawitt. Words of advice to our youth, and leave your social media handles how persons can get to you.
Good. So, my advice, one part of my advice to the youth, is about education. And I'll do this short poem on education. Education is the key to a nation's progress, and we children must bear that in mind. We are now to be found expending our utmost energies and resources upon education. From truth alone is born liberty, and only educated people can consider themselves free and master of their fate. Loyalty inspires understanding, and understanding cooperation. These are the clearest evidence of strength, but the solid basis for all lies in education, which allows people to live together. The combination of academic knowledge with technical education will give great satisfaction and helps to create self-supporting individuals. Education is an ongoing task. Education develops the intellect. Education molds the human elements in man. And the intellect distinguishes man from other creatures. As the gospel tells us, a house built upon solid foundation cannot be overthrown by storms. Similarly, when people are built up with mind well formed with knowledge and education, no trial of whatever sort can conquer them.
Maximum
I give
respect,
thanks
give
for
thanks,
hearing
give
this.
thanks.
Yes,
Where
yes.
can persons
So,
can find Dawitt St. Aubin?
yeah, on Instagram it's Dawitt, St. Aubin, the psalmist of reggae, and on Facebook it is Dave Johnson. And people can contact you also on my behalf, to whatever, and I'm imploring, these magazines, radio station, TV, promoters of events, get in touch, please. We need work to do, and whatever we achieve, we will be, giving it forward to the best of our ability to our beloved people, because without the support of our people, we are nothing. So the people gave us tremendous support. We got to find ways and means to give them forward by setting more, investment for them in terms of housing development, security details, transportation details, more farms, more guest houses, more broadcasting medium, bakeries, hardwares, wholesales, gas station, business of all sorts to employ our people and pay them well, so we can quell some of the mess that's around us, especially with our youths, especially here in Jamaica, so we can set a better example. It can be done. It must be done, and it shall be done. And I hope whatever I am doing and saying here today, or anywhere I go, will be an inspiration for the oncoming generation, because it's written, he who does not contribute to the oncoming generation or to his community will be a burden to society and an object of ridicule to outside observers. Thank you very much.
It is indeed an inspiration. As you see that name on the screen, that's a young teenager, 17-year-old Bliss. She was here last Sunday,
yes,
and she's here also and saying thank you for your art. Pawtucket Poetry says keep spreading the good through your poetry. And Verona is saying something here. Retention is so important at times and vary. But let me bring our Mr. OrangeLive to our stage, and he will give you his pointers and what he thinks about, OrangeLive.
What's good? How's everything going?
Wagwan. Welcome to the live. Dawitt St. Aubin. This is Mr. OrangeLive. You've probably seen him for the first time. He is, a great, person that, representing poetry, represent the arts, representing, a lot of things, and he's been doing tremendous, just like myself, films, arts, music, poetry, the whole 9 yards. And he has a platform where he hosts not just one, but, different events and giving people space to perform poetry. OrangeLive, welcome to the TDP show.
I appreciate you having me on here. I really, really do. Thank you for the opportunity.
Big up, my brother. Big up. Enough respect. Many blessings and more strength on the journey, in your endeavors. I'm so thankful to meet the eye, Yes, I give thanks.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
So, right, you were in tune to Dawitt's performance, right? Because I saw you on backstage.
Yes.
I know there is a language difference, but could you understand him clearly?
Yes. He was reading
Thank
Psalms.
you very much. Huh?
You were reading Psalms earlier, right?
Yes, I. And in Kenya, when we say thank you very much, we say Asante Sana. That they taught me, to say Asante Sana, which means thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't know that. Asante Sana.
Yeah.
I've heard the term before.
Asante.
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, Asante Sana. And we could also say Asante, Karibu Sana, which means welcome very much. Karibu Sana.
Asante Karibu Sana.
You know, yeah, these few words I learned in Kenya recently.
Yeah, so Mr. OrangeLive, how are you doing? How have you been?
I'm good. I got a lot going on. As you know, I'm preparing for Outspoken, the 2-year anniversary here in Rhode Island that's coming up. I'm still traveling back and forth. I'm a touring artist. I go to New York all the time. That's where I'm from. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Special shout out to Adrian and all the work that I'm doing here. Of course, every month I have Tell Your Truth on the third Wednesday at Troop. Special shout out to all my support system, all my family, all my community here. So that's what's been going on right now.
As you talk about Tell Your Truth, let me pause right there. I recently performed there when it was phenomenal. It was a great experience. But I have to, the last Tell Your Truth, I was in New York at the time. I'm also a New Yorker, Jamaican New Yorker, Rhode Island. I'm all over the place. But, I saw, pictures from the last Tell Your Truth. And it was something amazing. That's Sadie, right?
Yes, it is.
I've been running through the pics. That's Vlad. We had him here earlier.
That's totally
but what stand out to me mostly was the audience support and even the poets. That's Michael. I think I'm not certain if it was his first time, but
yeah,
I was a part of it poetry last night, and I heard him make mentions of it. So it's good to see that the creatives are turning up, and big respect to even Nelly Nels. He was here also earlier, but I must say, big respect to the people who made it possible, you yourself and the supporting audience. But kudos goes out to this brother right here. I told him I was gonna, bring his picture up on screen. Maximum respect to, you giving him that platform to perform. And I was also told he did tremendous with also his new book. People do go support it. If anything you can say about this event, what would you say about it?
The other night it was actually absolutely amazing. We had Louis and Nelly Nell featuring and co-featuring Nelly Nell. Absolutely, I've had the pleasure of watching him and Louis grow over the past year as performers, as artists, and it's amazing to see Louis drop his book. And I commend him actually on dropping his book at my event and using that platform to be able to sell extra. Of course, we pay all of our features through the nonprofit that we have. And he went on stage. They both went on stage and did absolutely phenomenal. I know Louis had some new work he wanted to share as well. So giving these younger generational artists that are coming up the opportunity to stand on the stage and share their artwork is absolutely a blessing for myself. And I keep all my events free because I want these younger artists who may or may not have enough money to pay that door entry fee to be able to come and then still feel valued enough to say, hey, listen, when it's your time to become a feature, I'm going to pay you. I'm not just going to pay you a little bit. I'm going to pay you well.
That's nice. That's nice. Also, as we are on, because we're going to move from one thing to the next, this event, Tell Your Truth, the truth. Where can, if persons want to come check this event out, where can they find this event for those who don't know?
You can go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/tellyourtruthri. You can go to www.tellyourtruthri.com. Because this is a nonprofit, we do accept donations online and at the event. So come on out. It's at 60 Valley Street, Troop in Providence, Rhode Island. And it's the third Wednesday of every month. the sign up list opens up around 7:30. We normally get started around 7:45, 8 o'clock. It depends on how many people get signed up. Try to make a reservation. As you saw in the pictures, we do sometimes have upward of 100 people come out to 50 people. Depends on the night, when and where. Sometimes it's 150. It depends on how many artists are there, how many artists are featuring, how many people come out and support. But last time, like I said, it was absolutely amazing. So y'all come out, follow those pages. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. OrangeLive. And if you need to contact me for any reason or anything like that, you can always Google my name.
Okay, not a problem. I appreciate that, Mr. OrangeLive. So let me start off by where you say you're from, New York. Big respect to the New York Massive, big respect to the Rhode Island crew, big respect to all the fans all over. You are also a filmmaker. You have your films or film out so far, and how can persons find them?
The films that I have out, I've done a couple of films. One was with a special artist named Marie Mikhail, who was also a poet here in Providence, Rhode Island. She passed away of cancer, but we did this beautiful video work called Black Art, and it was accepted into the Black and Brown Film Festival in Queens, and of course we won there. It also, I believe, was accepted into the Chelmsford Film Festival a couple of years ago, and of course we won second place for fan favorite. So we've won a couple little small awards here and there. I also have a video called Poetry 101. It's a video of me attempting to reintroduce poetry to the communities at large of the world. And I go and I tell people, okay, people think poetry is just, you go to a place, you saw on a piece of paper, you write it down, you read it in the book in school, but that's all it is. Poetry is everywhere, and it's in every place in society. You just don't realize it. Spoken word is everywhere. That should be more specific. And spoken word came first before written poetry, because you were speaking before you were writing. So I can go on and on about that, but I just want to be clear about that information to what I was saying before. So it's just an important thing that we have to go through in life to reintroduce artists to society, so that way we can be valued. Just recently, they just started valuing poetry through the Grammys. Like, they just put out a spoken word category, a poetry category in the Grammys very recently. But of course, it's always been there. It's never not been there. It's never not, poets have always been producing work throughout history. It just always isn't recognized.
True.
Teachers do it. Advertisements use poetry. When there's like special speeches, they'll have poets sometimes ghostwrite that. You have actual little ghostwriters in music. Some of that is poetry. Rap is just poetry over music. So it's literally in all places of society. It's just not recognized in the way that it should be. And that film that I'm producing, I've interviewed a lot of artists, and I've shown, it's not complete yet, of course, but I've interviewed a lot of the different artists in those different industries, and I got their opinions on it and how they make poetry a part of their livelihood.
Interesting. And we're happy that you also be educate, not just doing poetry or poetry events. You also educate people, or you will correct, like just a while ago you showed the difference between poetry and spoken words. We really do appreciate that. Another thing I must add, as we talked about events earlier, there's also another event that you do down in Providence. I have a small video clip. I can just play parts of it, and we can talk more about that. And then we were looking forward to see you do some live pieces on the show for our audience.
Okay. Truth, and watch the world change. Beautiful is blackness. Fixed-theme portraits of love, image painted. A man holding a woman in his arms, but naked, vulnerable. Vulnerability symbolizing that clothes doesn't bear strength, but what's underneath does. I now see what and admire what God created, not through eyes of lust, but appreciation of art. Breasts are just breasts, but breasts behind a holding soul, pounding heart, burdened shoulders, reciprocated feelings, passionate passion, behind a strong, black female, it's art. And a man is not a man because of the muscles he bears, but the reason behind having them. To hide, shelter, and protect her heart from theft like hands. They bear their all in this painting to stand together as one, or to fall as one. To rise as one soul, two bodies, perfected through sculpture, molded in love, captured in a moment, framed in an image, united through separation of symbolization of animated words that reach out and grab your attention. That is black art. Yes, that is Spoken Easy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah, that was Spoken Easy. That's an event. That's the second open mic that we were running. Right now, currently, we're looking for a different night, and we're in the works of re-renovating the event itself to even be better. But the people you saw in the background was amazing. It was Jeremiah, aka Big Scythe. And then you also had celloist Cam, who I often perform with here in Rhode Island. And we decided to book local artists and put them on a platform behind music where poets can come in and perform and, you know, get that other feel that the other open mic doesn't have. And people loved it. They came out, they supported. We actually got recognized by the state there for the work that we're doing in the city of Providence. We were given a certificate by the state representative, Enrique. So special shout out to him. And it was a very, very beautiful event. We've had many features. Christopher Johnson featured there. Michael Warrior Bonds featured there. We had many, many dope local and big name veterans come through and perform as well. So we didn't run it for a very long time. We actually just started that this year. And we're probably going to bring it back in 2023 as well.
So for the rest of this year, is it still on?
As it stands right now, like I said, we're looking to improve it, make it better.
Okay.
At this exact moment, we don't have any future dates, but we're looking in 2024 to continue it at the moment.
But for now, Troops continues every when does this event at every month, every third Wednesday?
Yes, every third Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Troop. That one is continuing every month. The only month we're not going to do is December because I take off to prepare for next year. And next year I can't even. It's so beautiful. In fact, next month to bring it back, we have Marlene Luna who's featuring. We also have this brand new artist I just met, literally at the last event named Alana. She's going to be co-featuring that night. So come out next month to Tell Your Truth, third Wednesday every month.
Interesting. I like it. OrangeLive. So right now people are enthused and want to hear what OrangeLive will do live on the TDP show.
I'll do this poem. It's called, it's a brand new poem. It's called Ego. My ego can fill up space. It can grab at the stars and tear them down out of the sky, but I use this truth to humbly crumble my power into black hole big enough to consume my ego. Truth is, My upper limit stretches and grows across puffed up chests, pride swollen, face twisted, teeth made up of accomplishments, grinding on moments, swallow them whole memory. Truth is, my life is made up of tiny choices with big impacts, looking through mountains and forests, attention, deficit, disorder. Have I mastered peace? Or have I let these addictions master me, breaking parts of myself off into this raw, ugly flesh, gut dripping with sweat, arms extended, open invite? Insanity is too late to turn back now. Time embraced with a kiss goodbye, like, look at the man it has made of me, full of insecure skin akin to darkest parts. Shadow so deep, love cannot exist, where ego is thriving, scorch the humanity out of the human, and all that is left is barren wasteland of putrid sand, just falling as a clock with time winding down until I am consumed by my ego. So yes, my ego can fill up space. It can grab at the stars and tear them down out of the sky, but I use this truth to humbly crumble my power into black hole big enough to consume my ego.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Do you have a book out, or where persons can find more of your works, or do you have your poems recorded?
I have both. I have books out. My books you can find on Amazon, and my music you can find. I've done with this wonderful, beautiful songstress here in Rhode Island, My Bell. We have OrangeLive, My Bell. We have a couple of songs out, which was done by Spike, who's an amazing, amazing producer, and his wonderful production team. We did that a couple of years ago. So you can find both my music. We also did a song with Jay Chattel, who's also an amazing poet here, called I Need You, with other dope artists. So I have a couple of songs, a couple of books, and the activist work that I do as well is also important. I do a lot. I do this full time. It's what I do for a living. And the activist work that I'm planning to do, you guys should definitely keep track of, is just making sure artists get paid what they're supposed to get paid. In Providence, I fought recently to get 2 laws changed here. One was direct deposit. The other one was to increase the bid from 5,000 to 10,000. We got it passed here in Providence in November, so special shout out to that. So now artists can have direct deposit when they work with the city, which there was an ordinance that was blocking that. We want to get the other ordinance, the 5,000 to 10,000, passed on the state level so it can actually take effect, because right now it can't take effect until that is changed, and we're going to work on that in 2024. We also want to work on a Bill of Rights for artists. So if you guys are interested in that, please contact me on my social media page and just say, hey, listen, or Facebook, OrangeLive for Demont Combs, and hit me up and say, hey, listen, I'm interested in this Bill of Rights. I want to give my community input. I want to make sure that this Bill of Rights is tight, and we can see what we can do as a community together to make sure artists are treated fairly and they're not taken advantage of. Like some of the things that artists get taken advantage of is simple: not being paid when they're supposed to be, getting paid in exposure instead of money. I've even, like, models say they get treated unfairly sometimes. They have to work in conditions that aren't conducive where they feel safe, but they still have to work in those conditions. I've heard those things. So there's a lot of things artists don't naturally have without working together. But as a community, if we come together and we work on it, even in, your city or your state, if you're not even here in Rhode Island, like, talking to the world now, if you as a community come together and address the issues and say, hey, listen, this isn't fair, this isn't fair, this isn't fair. You guys write it down, you go to your lawmakers and you fight for that change. You'll see some things that you never thought were possible.
Okay, appreciate that. I recognize Samannie is here, and also Ras Atiba. We will soon bring you on screen. But before I do that, I will also want you to drop 2 pieces, OrangeLive. But before you go to that, let me run to a quick break, and then you take it away.
She was young, she was beautiful. She left her home that day, never knowing that this would be her final goodbye to her friends and her family. She was kidnapped, she was assaulted, and she was disposed of in a matter of days as desperate searches went on with her friends, her family, other women, and the region looking on in hopes that she would be found alive. She was helpless, and against our best efforts, so were we. Now, the gravity of the situation is that her identity depends on which island you've been in over the past months. She is Ashanti Riley. She is Evelyn Sincere. She is Carrie Ann Hunter. She is Kanice Jackson. She is Andrea Barak. She is Stephanie Thomas. And as unsettling as it may seem, every day that list ends with a comma, not a full stop.
Somebody call police!
It's very powerful.
Welcome back, people. Before you start off, Orange, let me just welcome these people to center stage. I will not want to keep them off screen for a while, but you will still go ahead and finish up with your two pieces, and also you make shout outs to whoever you want to shout out, and remind them again how they can get contact with OrangeLive. The beautiful Miss Samannie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing tremendously great myself. It's happy to see you here. We're here with OrangeLive, and we're also going to introduce to our screen Mr. Ras Atiba, the man in New York who always make, poetry possible, global. Welcome, people. Wagwan, how you doing? Ras Atiba, can you hear me? Seems like Ras Atiba having some audio. No audio, Ras Atiba. No audio from Ras Atiba. All right, OrangeLive, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna continue with you now. As you're about to do the two more pieces that you have. You find it already?
Yeah, I'm good. Let me know when I'm ready.
You can kick it off right away without no delay.
There's a poem I do with my son often. I'm gonna mix it in with another one. I am the ink where I put my everything. The way it spreads and forms and connected lines, except the fact that words are made, not just squiggly lines. I am the ink that makes your life straight, as my straight lines glide in your mind and make things better in time. I am the ink that lights the dark. I am the ink on the dictionary in every book. I am the ink used to end all stress. I am the ink that poisons your mind deadly, spreads in your veins when you're writing yourself. I am the ink imprinted on trademarks. I am the ink imprinted on highly secret documentation. I am the ink on the paper and the love letters. I am the ink you see all around you, put all my words together and it might drown you. I am the ink in every feature and sync that writes the world depending on the least. I can't be tamed. I am the ink, the universal ink. I am the ink in every culture and every race and every creed. I am the ink because everything directly or indirectly involves me. You are the ink. Let your voice be heard.
Thank you so very much, OrangeLive. And the next one?
It's called Masquerade. We are feeling ourselves as if we're wearing masks at a masquerade. But when the party ends, we return to our ugly reflections. But it doesn't matter because I want to make love to your mind the same way a grenade consumes everything around it. It takes life and everything with it. They will hire your screams and command it to be their voices and melt away into fantasy, making wishes like Disney, wishing they have what you have. But what you have is Juliet's poison, the conduit to our eternal love. What they have is a nevermore midnight jury where the raven torches their war and pluck jealousy out from its beak because that's the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. OrangeLive. Again, please remind people how they can get contact with you. And we also, before you do that, how do you feel about poets, doing collabs? What are your perspective on that?
Always. I'm always about community. I'm always about collabs. Every poet should be collaborating with almost any genre that is possible. I'm always thinking of new ways. Like, I've never performed with a cellist before. He came to my open mic. Special shout out to Cam. And he was at an open mic, and I was literally in the park at PVD Fest, and I was like, yo, you want to come perform? He was like, yeah. He did his thing, and I was like, yo, let me join you real quick. And he was like, okay. And that's how we started. So, let life take advantage of that and collaborate with any industry that you can possibly think of in ways that you haven't thought of yet. You can find me at Mr. OrangeLive on social media. You can follow my nonprofit page, Please Tell Your Truth RI. We want to expand past Rhode Island as well. So if you feel that there's an artistic need that my nonprofit can provide and help with in your community, whether it's international or national, please reach out, tellyourtruthri.com. And if you need to contact me again for any reason, you can follow me on social media. You can look up my name, DeMont Combs. My stage name is Mr. OrangeLive. Peace out. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. OrangeLive, thanks for joining us. I would not want you to go nowhere because I wanted to check out this beautiful female here. You probably heard her before or seen her perform before, but she is phenomenal. She is mind-blowing. She is amazing. A registered nurse, a poet, an author, a coach. Hold on a second. Let me play something what I captured from our YouTube channel that I never told her about. Hold on a second before I let you say a word, Samannie. This is what I have to say.
A registered nurse and a writer. I am from Boston. I grew up in Haiti, in the capital of Haiti. I was born and raised there. My mom, my parents, my sister. To the age of 13, I came to the United States because of the earthquake that happened back in 2010. Only thing I had to worry about was my grades. Making sure I passed my classes and studied. After the earthquake, I came to Florida. I only knew the United States based on what I've watched on TV. I've only been there before I moved here. It was only one time. So I came with my mom and my sister. So we left that in Haiti. My mom left after. So it was me, my sister, cousin, and I was the oldest in the house. When I saw the damage of what happened in my country, so me and my sister, we had a talk. We're like, we're gonna go for nursing. I serve as a greeter. I love greeting people, and I love saying hi to people. I always remember the time I didn't know anybody. So I didn't have a lot of friends growing up in Haiti. I've always wished that I had someone that sees me and that pay attention to me. So whenever I go and serve, I pay attention to the one that's still forgotten, the one that's in the corner. It draws me. It reminds me of little me. So I just felt like by greeting people, by talking to people, I get to know a little bit about their story, about who they are. And I've always think of myself. Who would I be if I was new to a place? Who would I be if no one paid attention to me? How would that make me feel? I used to be in the gym and I used to lift heavy weight. So a lot of students used to come to me and ask me for advice. And some of them will come and ask me for free tips. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I used to watch videos to help me out, and I kind of teach myself. I started venting through writing about how I felt, and that's how I started writing psalms, poems, the book also. But I've always been journaling, even when I was in college, because I believe that one day I'm gonna share my story, either with my kids or my grandkids. So I always kept those journals so that I can pass it on to my next generation, and knowing that they're not the only one going through it. So if I can get through it, they can too.
The purpose of this book is to encourage you not to give up, but to keep you going. I want to inspire others to be real with themselves in their journey with God, and to put their pride on the side by letting God take control. Just like God has blessed me, along with my family, I believe He can do the same for you with your life by believing that everything is possible
So you can find me on mymentor.life and also on my website, where I plan to do one-to-one and group coaching, and on Facebook if you want to reach out and get help and get to know me and what I do. With my
Welcome back to the TDP show. We are here with the beautiful, awesomely amazing Samannie Estriplet, OrangeLive, and we're also here with, let me bring him back on our screen, but we will chat with you some more, Samannie. Thanks for being here. It's a pleasure having you here. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome back, Ras Atiba. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Samannie, how you been?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
Let me tell you before Ras Atiba or Orange tell you, although you probably know already or probably heard, but you are doing a phenomenal job, your contribution. As a matter of fact, all you creatives on here, you are all doing, that mission type of work. Dawitt was here earlier, and the mission is, we educate, we entertain, we educate, we elevate, we motivate, and I must say I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, since we already, seen your video of most of what you have been doing, as it relates to poetry, let me start off with that first. Why did you choose to become an author? And you have amazing stories. I love listening to you. I love watching your performances. But why did you decide to pursue poetry?
So I decided to become an author because I like to write. So writing is like one of the favorite things I enjoy doing. Writing is one of the way of me describing like my thoughts and the way that I perceive things. So I am an overthinker. So having it on a paper helped me to slow down my thinking. And the other thing I like doing is writing letters to God, knowing that He's listening. And after, I think it was like a situation that I've been through, because I was, a little bit heartbroken. So I started writing about that, and then it changes, and then it decided to be poetry. Like I decided to start writing about other things, and that's how it started. So it's been a journey. I've been doing it for about 3 years now.
Thank you so very much. I've seen you mostly in Massachusetts, New Bedford, and we've been on the same stage together. And I must say, it's always an amazing moment just to see how you deliver. And you have a book out. What's the title again? Although I just seen it.
It's Everything is Possible.
Everything is possible, and I truly do like the title you gave it. So for some persons who think that things are not so possible, because we all encounter the struggles, the journey, and sometimes persons are thinking that it's not possible for them to reach their desires, their goals, or achieve whatever they want to achieve in life. I'm ready for you to drop something from their book.
From my book?
Yes, a poem.
So my book is my story. So it talk about where I came from. And by me saying everything is possible, meaning that no matter what you face, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So even when I go through challenges, I still believe that, I am gonna get through it. I just have that hope. I don't care how tough it might be. I don't care if I'm crying today or I don't know how the next thing's going to be. I just have that hope that it's not going to always be that way. And one day God's going to help me out. God's going to help me get to where I want to be. So, yeah. So, yeah. The poem that I do is different from the book.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So all those performance that I see you doing, it's totally different from what's oh my days.
Yeah, they are
So
different.
I was actually thinking that those were poems from your book.
No. I'm thinking of making a book, but I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Well, we would definitely want to hear you do some poems. But since we are on the book, people take a look. This is it. Get our book. It's on what platforms are your book on?
It's on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles.
Yes. So people do go support Samannie Estriplet. This is our book. Everything is possible. So what poems do you got for us today?
Okay, so I do have, let me see. I got plenty. Jeez. But I am gonna go with let me see. Deep Down He Knows. That's the title of one. Deep down he knows. When the journey that you've been going through seemed to take longer than you thought, your human flesh start questioning your spirit and start wondering, what's happening? Why is this happening to me? Did I do something to upset God? Is God holding back to what he has promised me? Why is God taking so long? Does God even care about me? We start looking for reason to those questions because in our human brain, we cannot comprehend nor explain what's going on in us or around us. Maybe I do deserve it because of the lies that I've told or the sins that I've committed earlier today. Maybe I do deserve it because I didn't obey the Holy Spirit when he told me to reach out, help, serve, or submit. Maybe I do deserve it because of karma. And since it's our flesh speaking and start raising its voice to our spirit by pointing to us its reason why, our spirit had no other choice but to quiet down because our flesh reason seems to make sense. Actually, our flesh is right because our spirit had nowhere to rely on, finding ways to fight back. It allows the flesh to take the lead. So the flesh will start doing whatever that could numb the pain. It could be through suicidal thoughts, overthinking, overdoing, binge watching TV, spending money, hanging out with the wrong people, smoking, drinking. Sometimes the spirit will try to speak to the flesh by convincing that what you're doing is not right. You are going out of limit. But there's no way to call out the flesh because it has already proved its reason and been taken away by its nonsense. Some flesh will come back. Some will go down so deep and be so lost that the only way to bring them back to life is through God. Some will pass by you, and through the word of their mouth, you could tell that they are still holding on to their past and to those questions that God has already given answers to. Some will even bring it to their deathbed and leave the rest of their generation in bondage. While in the meantime, the Holy Spirit has been at work trying to find ways to let your ancestors know that they don't have to live like this, in confusion, addiction, and depression and bondage. But they fail to listen. So he goes after you now, letting you know that deep down, he knows exactly what you're going through. Yes, deep down, he knows what your heart desire are. Deep down, he knows that you are tired, weary, because your flesh cannot understand. Deep down, he knows that you're anxious about the future because your flesh doesn't know what will happen. Deep down, he knows that you're scared to face those giants because when you look to your flesh, you feel alone. You look alone. Deep down, he knows that you want answers to those unknown questions because your flesh cannot answer them. And that's why God is constantly trying to pour his spirit in you, because he has answers to fight back those questions that your flesh has been wondering and dwelling on for years. Actually, he is the answers that can make your flesh shut its mouth after you cry out on the name of Jesus. God is the answer that can save you and your next generation. God is the answer that can deliver you once and for all. You may wonder why or how, because deep down, he knows what it feels like to be human through his son Jesus. Deep down, he knows you won't be able to fight your flesh on your own, but with the help of the Holy Spirit. And because he is a good God, and that deep down he knows, he refused to leave you alone, letting you going through it alone, but willing to share you his secret plans with you, no matter how far you've gone away from him. Because when he sees you, he sees all the one around you, whether they are saved or not. When he sees you, he sees your coworkers, your managers, your destiny, your generation, your loved one, your haters, and still want to share his love and favor and blessing into their bucket, just like for you. Because when he sees them, he also think of their eternal life too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that. Come on.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, let's hear your take on our poem.
Well, she was speaking mainly about a deity who has provided her with comfort, awareness, understanding. Deity that will never expire, endless solution. Yeah.
Was that so, Samannie?
Yes.
Interesting. I think we lose our. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I apologize about that. Yeah, I loved your poem. It was very. I feel like it was a whole sermon right there. Like I could have went to church and there was a lot of stuff you were talking about right in there. I was like, okay, I've heard that before in church. I've heard that before. Like it was like multiple different sermons. You was taking us to church. I loved it. Thank you.
I love all our pieces. Let's see. I got 2 comments. Let me see what they are saying here. Oh, one is from you, Orange. Orange is saying something here. Amen. Her poem is a whole sermon, and yeah, that's it. Max Wanet is here, and she says, "Blessing Ras Atiba, Orange, and Sister Samannie. Maximum respect, maximum respect." Thank you all for joining here. All you wonderful fans out there, and all you guests. I'm elated and honored that you made it to the TDP show. We're here with Ras Atiba, OrangeLive, and the beautiful Miss Samannie. I love everything you do. All your pieces, Samannie, I am, a fan of them all. Appreciate you, like I said before, and your works, what you're contributing to our society.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So you are also RN and a coach. Do you coach younger people or anyone?
For me, I open it to anyone, but I have coached younger people, like in the 20s. But I'm willing to open up to anyone that is dealing with their singleness, goals, or anything related with faith.
So for a young female at this moment who is going through a depressive moment in time, what would be your encouragement to her or him? It doesn't have to be. Let's put it both ways, because sometimes we You know, we think like it's only females are experiencing these harsh times, but we have young men, grown men also. So what would be your advice to anyone, I should say, going through a depressive moment in time?
Um, I would say to write it down. For me, that's what have helped me. Whatever situation, write it down. Write down how you feel, because it's different when you're looking at it through a paper. And that's how I see it. So it's like me looking at a paper, I'm able to take myself outside from that moment and reading it. So I journal a lot. So going through my stuff, writing on a paper, because it's a story. Depression is a phase. But also, I'll say, speak to someone. It could be someone that you trust. Even though you feel like you don't trust anybody, but at least have someone, connect yourself with someone, seek for help. Do not try to handle it by yourself. And I have friends and I have loved one, mentor that's really important to me, that's willing to listen to me. So write it down, write down how you feel, journaling, and also speak to someone about it. Those are the two.
So as you mentioned, speak to someone about it. Let me also add, it's okay to speak to someone who you know think you trust, and I have to say, think you trust. You have to be mindful to information you tell anyone, because I've experienced where persons, share their story and persons pretend that they care, and at the end of the day, they use it against that same individual.
I think, okay, yeah. I've heard that before. I never been in that case. But I'll
Yep,
say that's
but it's always nice to talk to someone for real, but you got to
yeah.
be mindful of who you talk to and trust. Because sometimes the one who seem they love and care the most are some of the most dangerous persons on the planet.
All right. I want to say something about that.
No problem.
And I've been seeing these videos popping and say, "Oh, not to trust." But I think you should have a next set of video tell you who to trust, when to trust, how to trust, who to love, when to love, how to love. But if we just come out and say 10 things you shouldn't do or 2 things you shouldn't do is to trust anyone, tell anyone your secret. I think it has set we up for a downfall as a people, a family, a couple. You see me have to trust you. And me believe in a trust. You might feel me, the next person may have to develop a certain amount of trust. So I believe in endless solutions. Me might not have the solution for a particular issue, but as the young lady say, talk to someone, write it down, look over it. I think as an elder, I some really process things, Sometimes you might want like me know plenty, but there are people may have to knock on them doors sometimes and say, yeah, hear me, boom, boom, bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Interesting enough. So, guys, if you're out there in the world watching this live or watching the afterlife, this is a very important, show for you to pay attention to. Encountering any complications in life, take your time, write it down, pray about it, talk to someone about it. But, do not just rush on to anyone. You have to just be mindful of who you approach. OrangeLive, you are also a father, I see. If you were to how would I say this now? If you were to advise an individual or a child, I should say, how to approach someone, what would your views?
I've heard, trust somebody until they give you a reason not to. The same way the respect goes, respect until they give you a reason not to respect. And I'll stand by that point. Give it until some people say respect is earned, trust is earned. It depends on the viewpoint of the person. That's what they've gone through naturally in life. If you've been hurt by a lot of people, your viewpoint is, I'm not going to trust you up front. You got to earn that. If you haven't and you're a little bit more innocent towards that, then your viewpoint may be, I'll just trust until you give me a reason not to. From my own personal point of view, I say trust with a little bit of information and see what they do with it. Somebody wise told me that if somebody shares something with you about somebody else or even about yourself, it depends on why they're doing it, and find out that reason why, and figure out if it's worth it. Some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in life for a season. Sometimes it does require trust at that point. It depends. Personally, I give my trust until I'm given a reason not to.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Yes, I want to say something because I think I am the most senior person amongst the group, but I am willing to listen carefully and put in my 2 cents. Orange, I love that approach. Yeah. Trickery, lies, and honesty are tools. As good as a person I am, I will trick you into honesty. Meaning, I will, if I want to value you in a relationship, I think each person is valuable, because one of my recommendations to all writers, you're supposed to have a basic knowledge, a chess, know how to navigate your way through life, understanding the different pieces on the board. I worship women. Woman is the ultimate God. All right. So, as me go out into the world, I meet beautiful people. Awareness is important. Only if you trust I'm not certain chronics. So I would advise young people in this time, we must build trust, build respect, credibility. You see, I'm a parent. I'm a single parent. Give thanks to my mother. I grew a daughter. She's 30 now. Parenting is my biggest achievement in my 56 years on earth. My daughter made me proud. Shabika Ivy. Yeah. Beautiful young lady. And the reason why I invest this amount of time in her, I know say I go live and I go dead one day. And she can carry on that legacy in a fair generation. I go off to trust. I go off to trick people. I go off to tell lies. I go off to be honest. And she's a beautiful human being. So when you go out there, you must prepare yourself with all of these awareness. So you can go out there and meet people before you predict and never write off a human being. Because sometimes at the same person where you feel say, and them come in a defense because you're a good person. Strive to be good at all times.
You got a couple of comments about what you said.
Okay, let me see what they're saying. Hold on a second, let me put them on screen. Thanks for that, OrangeLive. So, the first one I'm seeing here is from Max Wanet, Ras Atiba. Say he worship women and we are the perfect God. Could you please elaborate further?
All right.
All right, well, hold on, Ras Atiba. Before you go to that, let me. Okay, you can continue. You can continue since we're on that topic.
Yeah. Women.
Just a second. Samannie, we soon come back to you because we have more poems for you. Yeah, but I just want him to answer this person here.
No problem.
Women has an important role in determining what type of human being are going to occupy the planet. Woman has the key to Heaven's Gate. So the more we educate our females and protect them, then we'll start to experience the full capacity of heaven on earth. So we know it's our responsibility as man to make the woman known. When I say every man, me, I'm going to make every woman when we come in contact with know how powerful, how great they are. So when they decide to make children, they can make children to come and flourish and continue the brotherhood and sisterhood of perfect love. Before you and me become flesh, we were a thought in our mother head and our father head.
All right, I see some more comments coming up. I agree, we may not be able to trust anyone, but trusting others is vital. It's finding the right one to trust. I see Verona has something here. She said, how do you, Ras Atiba, interpret do not trust anyone? Not your best friend or even your wife. Micah 7 verse 5. I think she's quoted something from the Bible. I'm not certain. But that's the question on the screen there. If you can see it.
I'm going to use my tools now. If I want to find honesty, credibility, I will trick you. I will set you up to fail. And if you fall for that, me not have to tell you, say, I have a tick against the name. I can't tell you if I love you, I want you to change because I see you have beautiful quality. And as well, I can move on and leave you in your darkness.
All right, thanks for that. We're gonna go roll over back to Samannie. You have another piece of poem you want to drop? Please drop it after we come back from after this quick intermission. Let us know. If you're not, we can continue with our discussion. And if you have to go, just let me know, because I see we will soon have to roll over to Ras Atiba, but we'll have about 2 or 3 more pieces if you want. You decide how you want to do it. Please hold for a minute.
You don't have to be an artist to make art. You don't have to be a singer to sing. In fact, kitchen karaoke is my favorite thing. No need to be a writer just to write of how you feel. Focus on the means in which the things that help you heal. Grab the pen, play the note, it will be alright. Amazing things can happen if you're brave enough to try. Keep watching the TDP show with Amaziyah the Great. Tell them precisely.
You're muted.
Ready for us, Samannie?
Yeah, I am. It's called healing. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. For some, it takes a week, a month, a year, or more. Healing is a process. Healing is a journey itself. You may have high expectation of yourself thinking you got it all figured out, or angry at yourself because of the pain and inside that you are trying to avoid. And sometimes even wonder why tears always come when you think or talk about it. Healing is a part of growth. So when one reminds you of what happened, it's an opportunity for you to see and assess yourself, where you stand, what you need to work on, but not you to blame or feel shame about. Healing is beautiful, depending on how you see it. Some have been stuck in their mind and haven't been growing at all, while others are looking for help. Being stuck in one place doesn't do anything good, but hurt the blessing ahead of you. But if you are looking for help, you will find it. You can choose to do it alone, with others, but you also have the option to do it with God. Doing it with God makes the process painful, but full of laughter too. Through the pain and hurts, that's where beauty and growth comes. God doesn't look only on the surface, but he goes down through the roots. Believe it or not, God saw you when you got the bad news. God saw you when your emotions and feelings were rising up. God saw you when you were trying to figure out things to make everything work. God saw you when tears came down and you didn't want nobody to find out. God saw you when you were not able to fall asleep. God saw you in those dark hours in time. God loves you so much that he's willing to be there with you, going through it with you, protecting you in your heart, even your destiny, so you are fully recovered, ready to take the next step by faith. The definition of God for healing is finding freedom. You don't have to be fully healed to feel it, to see it, to accept it. He will give you a glimpse from heaven, full of peace and joy, letting you know that you are in good hands and that everything will be okay. Healing is when you look back at what you thought broke you and smile to realize that it has made you stronger. Healing is when you can wake up to another day, noticing that God has given you the gift of life, saying that he's not done with you. Healing is when you look back at the person you fought with and the memories of pain hurt no longer bother you. Healing is when you learn from your past experience and expect things to get better for you because you know they will. Healing is when you don't know how God will provide, but you still decide to trust him anyway. Healing starts with you at the presence of God and allow yourself to be washed by the Holy Spirit. Healing is when you are able to forgive yourself in what happened. Healing takes time, maybe a week, a month, a year, or more. But it is possible with God if only you allow yourself to be open to him. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Samannie. I see OrangeLive made a comment. He says, my mom used to have this painting called Footprints in the Sun. Reminds me of this poem. And of all the poems I've heard, I must say I appreciate you doing this poem tonight because there are a lot of people in our world today that truly indeed needs healing because we have bitter persons, we have persons being, disrespected, hurt, insulted, and you know, living in that dark phase, that dark moment in time, and as you say, take time to heal.
Thank you. Thank you, Orange.
Yeah, you're welcome. The poem really does remind me of that. In the painting, it's the story basically goes, a man confronted God at the end of his life, and he says, God, why, during my hardest times, where were you? And he says, look at the sand of basically your life. And if you look, there's only one set of footprints in the sand during the most hardest times. Those set of footprints during your hardest times was me actually carrying you through them.
That's deep. I've heard of this before. So good.
Ras Atiba, what's your take on healing as it relates to our people in our world today?
Very, very important, you know. And I love when time young people express themselves. Not saying that I'm old, but I love when time younger people express themselves this way. Very helpful to their generation, because there is a lot of doubt in a healing. And sometimes we want to do it alone, and sometimes we want to put a time period on healing. But I think it's a process. And
yeah, like Maxwell just said, you know, healing takes time. You know, deep truth.
Yeah, and I can see where the sister is deeply rooted in her God faith, which is kind of rare on many grounds, and I love it. You know, and I love it. Continue. Right. For God. You know? Yeah.
Your writing does heal, Samannie. Really appreciate that. Let me roll over to I think Coach Varone has a question, has something for Orange that I think it was when you were asking for a verse or something. I'm not certain if this is for you, but it says, I'm not certain whose this is for though. If it's for Ras Atiba or if it's for Orange. It's about trust.
Oh, trust. I think I did answer a question like, based upon awareness, I know that you can't just go out there and trust anybody based upon word of mouth. You have to have strategy and tactics. And my tactic is to trick you into honesty.
I don't know what happened there. Ras Atiba seems to, you know, drop
Yeah,
off.
good now.
Oh, you're back?
Oh, okay. I am here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not coming up here.
As I said earlier, I will trick you into honesty because I play chess in all of my encounters and relationships. I think like a queen. So reason why I throw these things are something where anytime I buck up on people, I try to show them say, you see right now, we possess good and bad. Are choices. We have narcissists, we have good people, and we have pretenders. We have a coexist with all of that. You understand me? But the individual, like me, choose love. And next man might choose something else, you know. But me must aware of that something else. That means that person don't get the better of me, and me go say, boy, look how I go trust John, look how I go trust John, and John hurt my feelings. No. Nothing for nothing. So if you go come around me, I look for see what you can give me, what me can get from you. Same thing, you're supposed to look something from me too. Either a long-term relationship as a brother and a sister. But no.
True. I appreciate that.
Yes, some of those want people free up themselves. Please free up. You have more good people in the world than bad people. Because we're all born as angels. Somewhere down the line, angels gone bad. So me would have said now, like the sister, she talk about God. And I love that. Orange, me that listen you earlier, and you're a filmmaker. You have 2 poetry events. You know, I get a whole big up for your works, and I love that. I'm a promote poetry. Yeah, you're welcome. So when me I say to the global community, because Amaziyah have a little time, when I want to say, because I come freely, the reason why I'm there today, because I'm there around young people. And I want to share my experience with young people.
All right. Ras Atiba, we're off time. So we now have a list of time. Unless I know one of you have to go, you can just let me know. But we have some time.
No, Amaziyah, I want to finish a point.
No, I know. I'm not rushing. I'm just saying because
no rushing, but more important point that I make though. All right, yeah. So when me I say the reason for me being here today, because me see where some of us right now consider ourselves as professional authors or poets. But I want to make the world know, like I'm up on the world platform, we're all poets. And none of us going forward are going to stand up for somebody else who will stand up for themselves. We all have a voice. And we are going to use it. So we're taking out the fame out of poetry. Now it's 2023. I want poets to live in 2023 and beyond. Our pioneers are historians, Bob Marley and some of the greats. If there's a particular incident will come up where them relevant to, I will play one of them songs. But we, in our time, must find solutions to our issues and problems. Yes, Mr. Amaziyah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted her to finish our 1 and our 2 piece, and then we can just roll over to you because I have a whole heap of things I want to ask you.
It's not like that. I have a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, that's why I was asking if you have time.
No. What may I say? At 7 o'clock, I want to finish, and at 7 o'clock, no.
Okay.
So may I have to go jump?
No problem. No, but before you go, Ras Atiba, because we did say we're going to close off 7 for real, but we still want to hear, 1 or 2 pieces from you before you go.
We have to do it fast.
Yeah. So you can just go ahead right into it.
Okay. Life is an infinite gift. It is often misinterpreted. I was brought into this world of uncertainty, searching for stability, caught up with the twister of life. Adolescence is one of the most tested period of our lives, carrying out the full responsibilities of maturity, solving, creating, and planning strategies for our daily existence. It was hard. The transition was a knockout and a step forward to face that bitter, sweet reality. Accepting changes, crossing boundaries, living on the edge, replacing violence with peace, substituting hatred with love, overcoming fears and phobias. Life is eternal. Life is an infinite gift.
Thank you so very much, Ras Atiba. Before you go, tell them
Yes.
about your book and how they can get your copy of your book.
Yes, I have an album. You can find it on any one of the major, platforms called Metaphysical Journey. I have a book out, the poems and quotes from the mind of Ras Atiba. You can find it on my website, www.timerasproductions. And, Olipa vibration like that. And what we are saying now is go out there and we have a electronical version of the book that is very affordable. And if you want the hard copy, you can order it also. And we have copies at my business place in Brooklyn, 4324 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, NYC. You can stop by at Atiba's Unisex Salon and you can pick up your signed copy. And I want to tell them something. It is an honor and a pleasure for being here today. You understand me? So, Mr. Amaziyah, yes.
One important thing before I know you have time, talk on this that we see you do here. There is a award that you gave out. What's this about real quick?
Oh, okay, yes. We started this award in 2012. Sammy Dread was our first recipient. Since then, we have given so many awards. But the two awards that we're looking at today is one belong to Maxwell, a poetess, and the next one, Ethan Skeleton. Ethan is the manager for the Stratosphere. These are merit awards. You cannot really win a Sarabita award. I'm in Brooklyn for over 30 years. I've been practicing dog poetry in Brooklyn for about 30 years or more. And when I came along, I realized that creativity was very important. But the emphasis that was placed on creativity was about fame and popularity. And to me, I performed from me at 5 years old at the church and even younger coming up. So me never frightened for them things there. All right. So as I come, I realize Ras Atiba, I'm an actor, I'm a professional actor. I mean, I hold up a movie and all them things, what goes around and, hope a little thing and thing and thing. So I realize that somebody who people feel should have be that type of person have to take a stand for integrity within the creative world. Because a lot of people misuse the creative world. And that is very deadly, lethal on young minds.
True.
And one thing I want to tell young poets, you see, slavery, we have to revisit slavery, and some of these slave stories, Because even as a Jamaican, Thomas Jennings resembles so much the Paul Bogle where we have. You know what I say? He resembles Paul Bogle so much. You understand me? That's me. I wonder if Thomas Jennings now was a Jamaican who come here and change his name to this great inventor. So young Jamaicans must go out there now and demand, because we are critical thinkers, we must change that story, the Paul Bogle story, for change.
True.
Because if you have picture of George William Gordon who was in white brethren, why you not have no picture of Paul Bogle?
True.
So at time now, for we go back and realize the trickery, lies, and honesty are tools. And we have mindset we must explore. You have put both them in our politics. I am not into politics. I'm into politics. So we can't have a voice on platform and say, okay, I'm not. Politics is a part of our civic rules and responsibilities, duties, or whatever. So, oh, we are going to have a voice and not use a voice in a certain way. So, as me say, the Celebrity Award was designed for people who put out the love, and these are merit awards.
When is this award event takes place?
December, but I don't know if I'm going to give any award this year. I'm thinking about it because I don't want it to look like we're going to give award every year when we don't find people who meet the standard. You understand me? You have to meet that standard there. Even when I'm dead and gone and my daughter continue, she can't just give people because she like people. You understand me? So we have to bring back the level of integrity in the creative community. So every voice can measure up and no voice no second than one. No voice no second to none, you know? Yeah. So this is what me come for do. And if the eye them interested and want to learn more about me, if you start to watch video of me now about the next month, it will last for. I want my brethren tell me that. Maybe I exaggerate, you know. But I hope I works out there where the eye them can see, learn, and get to know the Ras Atiba.
Ras Atiba, you also have a monthly event going on. Is that still in process?
Me cool off all of them things there because me depend on a calculation in my head, and me head I say me can't do certain things yet. Yeah.
If persons want to get to you, how can they reach you, Ras Atiba?
Well, I have the Instagram, I have the Facebook, and I have the Twitter and all them things there. And my website is www.atimerassproduction.com. Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, so that I can go there so and get to know. My album is very refreshing. I can go there and listen. I want to do one piece before I go because I have about 1 minute.
No problem.
Land of the free and home of the brave. Your heroism is a true symbol of life, a shoulder to lean on in perilous times. You've got the might, so do what is right. You've got the might, so do what is right. Oh, what a tragedy. I am scarred for life. From those missing in action plus missing in sight. They never had the chance to tell loved ones goodbye. And the earth I am feeling is of paramount height. Land of the free and home of the brave. You've got the might to do what is right. You've got the might to do what is right. Feed the hungry, shelter the shelterless, and set the captives free. Land of the free and home of the brave. Love and
Thank you so very much, Ras Atiba. Make shout outs to who you want to big up before you roll out and give the people thanks and all that, and we are good to go.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Sister Maxonette, a poetess. I must say that human being is an asset to global art, roots, and culture. We have created a bond and a partnership where any poets out there who want to publish a book and not understand it, we are here to help. Okay? So the days of I wonder if you can publish a book or an album are over. Okay? We are here to help. We are kill selfishness. So I want to big up my daughter. I want to big up Brooklyn, Rastafarian community and all them people there. I want to big up the people on my Facebook who support me every day. We chat and all them things there and share good vibration. I love you know. Love you know, love you know, love you know. So I mean that. And thanks for this vibration. Yeah.
Blessings and respect, Ras Atiba. Thanks for passing through. Do appreciate it.
Okay, my brother. And poet and poetess, it's an honor to be amongst the island. Yes.
Same here.
Let's connect on later. I already followed you on Insta, so we're gonna talk.
Yes. Samannie, you have something else for us?
I'm sorry?
You have another one for us?
No.
I'm ready when you're ready. Is it 1 or 2?
Oh no, I don't have any. I don't have any more.
You don't have no more?
I have plenty, but I feel like I want to be mindful of the time too.
Okay. All right, do you have another more or that's it?
No, I just want to give a shout out to my people, my family, all the people that support.
Do it.
Let's go. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. Samannie, anybody you want to give shout outs to?
I want to give a shout out to you for inviting me to this platform. So I just want to say thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Orange because this is the first time meeting you. And I forgot the gentleman that I just met.
Ras Atiba.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to you guys and for,
all right, before you continue.
Yeah, I was saying it's Sunday night, it's, you guys could have done anything, but just being there and just allow me to meet you guys. So I just want to say thank you.
It's nice to meet you as well. I hope to see you in person and perform live one day.
Yeah, one day.
All right, before you all go though, let me play this video as we were talking about
yes, thank you.
Trust issues. I just want to let persons know it's okay at times to be wrong, because nothing wrong in being wrong. And this, because it's life, you can't always be right. You have to ask the wrong questions to get the right answers at times. So let me play this video that I did when I was back in Jamaica.
I love that one.
Max Wannet saying something here. Mr. Orange and Samannie, please keep in touch. You're both great. Here she's saying something else again. Bowing gracefully, love you all. Thank you, Ras Atiba and Amaziyah. Love you all. Oh, Dawitt is still here. I didn't even I thought Dawitt left, yo. But we are about to end the show. Thanks so very much, all you wonderful people, for being here and participating. I do appreciate all you people. Thank you, wonderful viewers. Yeah, and thank you for being a part of this show. OrangeLive, Samannie, and Dawitt, and Ras Atiba.
Thank you.
And I'm back in Rhode Island now, Orange. So you should see me at some more of those events as long as I am available. I should be happening. It's been a while. So maximum respect.
I'll see you out there. Let's get it.
Okay, viewers, fans, friends, my family, them, subscribers, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Please do feel absolutely free to drop us your comment and be kind to leave a feedback. Yeah, comment, like, share, and tell others about it. And also remember to hit the notification bell if you want to be updated on what's new. Talking about what's new, go and go check out Amaziyah, the great collections. Me have whole heap of merchandise, I go on with a bag of things. Enough t-shirt designs, don't tell them precisely. Available on Teespring. Enough people are talking about it, but go and go look for yourselves. Links will be in the description below. We have tabs for females, males, babies, cups, phone cases, etc. Mr. Go and go look now. Follow Amaziyah, the great collection on IG, and like us on Facebook. If you haven't watched My Name is Pam before, features my sister Quality. Please do go and go watch it and share it as it relates to domestic abuse against women and a woman's struggle through it to independence. Also remember to check out Amaziyah, the great music on Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Google Play. It's everywhere.